I said, guess what? We're going to get a ride in one of those on Wednesday. The folks that are in the Amish folks that lived in our town came out and brought their buggies out and gave the kids the buggy rides on Wednesday as well. So it was, like I said, the community really embraced our group and group work camps.
And they got to sleep in luxurious accommodations.
There's no pictures that showed it, but you got a picture about maybe 130 adult men and boys staying in the gymnasium together. Unknown to us, there was they had summer school that ran later than they had anticipated, so we weren't able to use part of the building. So all the boys had to share the gymnasium, which was our worship space, by the way, at the same time. So by the end of the week, it was quite interesting. But can picture, and we called ours the man cave, because it was just strewn with clothes and beds and stuff. And we slept on the floor, so it wasn't that lush.
And so, you know, this is the way America weaves itself back together. It's the way we started as a nation, helping neighbor, working together. I can just barely remember when I was young, barn raisings that took place. And this is kind of in the genre of a barn raising. An elderly person, a handicapped person, someone who has no money, needs a porch, steps, a ramp. Their house needs to be painted. They need maybe something done with their sidewalk. You notice they were pouring a sidewalk because what they have is all broken apart. And isn't it remarkable that we have senior highs in this community, in this faith community, who are willing to give a week of their lives to do this kind of work. It's really transformational and just tells me that the kind of leadership that we are giving in this community and that Glenn is giving to our youth ministry is the right kind of leadership for us, and I so appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean. Commissioning time?
Let's do a prayer.
Okay.
Let's pray. Loving God, we are grateful for your presence in our midst, for the way in which hope was shared this summer, and how this church and our youth invested in other people's future and grew in their faith and grew in their commitment to do your work. We ask your blessing upon all the programs and the activities of this church. Be with our church members in need. Grant, O God, that we can be witnesses in this place for your tasks that need to be done. And now let us say the prayer of our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
At this time, I would like to have the resource adults who have helped out throughout the last 3 years, please stand up. Don't be shy. You guys are in the front line of the youth ministry. If you have volunteered for a dinner, to make a dinner for the youth group, please stay standing, everybody. Please stand up. If you have contributed to trip financially or even just words of encouragement, please stand up. And if you have embraced the youth ministry of our church, please stand up. If you've ever given words of encouragement to a youth, please stand up. It's amazing, turn around and look around, how we touch the lives of so many that we don't even know, and the hope that we give to our faith community. I would like to, at this time, commission all of you in the youth ministry. So tonight I need a youth resource adult. Tomorrow, no, let us come together in prayer, please. Gracious God, we give you thanks for these many working hands, hands that work with the youth, hands that support the youth. Give them courage and strength and your wisdom to pass it down to our young people of our community and our church. Embrace them in your loving arms. Keep guiding them down your path. In your Son's name, amen. Thank you.
And in celebration of the wonderful gifts that we can accomplish for each other, let us share our tithes and our offerings.